Good morning, physics teachers of America, and welcome to the physics edition of Good Morning Vandergrift. My name is Graham Scott, and I'm here with Emily Jensen on the 16th day of February, 2013.
Good morning, Graham, but remember, we're in a new year now, no longer 2013.
Oh, my apologies. It takes me a while to get used to the new year.
Don't you do this every day?
Oh.
Moving on! Oh, we just have some breaking news that you'll want to hear. Why don't you tell us a little about what we're hearing, Graham?
I'm actually hearing the same thing you are.
I meant to explain what's happening.
In that case, we have field reporter Jules N. Urgy out with the breaking news.
Morning, guys. As you can see here, there are some pretty optimal conditions for the test run of a revolutionary mousetrap car constructed by two local physics students. Oh, here it comes now. Graham, Emily, if you aren't watching this, you better get your eyes on the screen. And reaching record-breaking distances of over 2 meters, this day will go down in history books for physicists around the globe. And I'm here with one of the students. So tell me about the general design of this car and how you accomplished such a feat.
Well, Jules, when I first said you're looking fine this morning.
About the car.
Oh, well, Jules, I'm glad you asked. There's two types of friction here. The first one is in between the wheels and the ground. We use CDs because of the thin edge and smoothness, just like you, to minimize the friction. However, there's also friction at the axles. The only points where the axles are connected to the body of the car is at two very small points to minimize the area over which friction can occur. On top of this, the points are very smooth to allow the axles to rotate efficiently. Traction with the ground is a whole different animal. We left the front two wheels naked so they could accelerate smoothly and with having the least friction that we could have. On the rear end, we placed balloons around the edges of the back two wheels, which are attached by a string to the mousetrap lever to allow them to gain traction with the ground instead of spinning out when it receives the pull of the trap snapping back.
Alright, well, I think we've heard enough talking for today. Back to the studio. What an intelligent young man.
Hormones!
Now, we also did more research of our own and discovered that Newton's third law played a role in this brilliant design.
Indeed, as the mousetrap snaps, it pulls the wheels forward, moving the car forward, and then the wheels experience friction with the ground, acting as an equal and opposite force to the wheels pushing forward. The reason the car is able to move forward, despite the friction force working backwards, is because the force from the mousetrap is greater than the friction force, therefore creating a positive net force to move the car in a positive direction.
Furthermore, by increasing the length of the lever arm, it increases the distance over which the force is applied, therefore increasing the work done. The time the force is applied is also increased because it takes longer for the longer lever arm to snap back to its resting position. Because work is directly proportional with power and time is inversely proportional to power, and they are both being increased, the power output of the mousetrap does indeed remain the same.
Righto, Em. Lastly, as the lever is pulled back on the mousetrap, it is storing elastic potential energy in the spring of the mousetrap and in the string connecting the lever arm to the wheels. As the car starts moving, the energy is transformed into kinetic energy. Towards the end of the motion, when the vehicle is slowing down, the elastic potential energy and the kinetic energy are decreasing. The leftover energy is then converted into thermal energy because of the friction that the car is experiencing with the ground. This friction also explains why the vehicle slows down and eventually comes to a stop.
Well, what a story. I think that's enough for today. What do you think, Graham?
Well, I haven't used that much brain power all week. Time to go home and watch the Olympics.
In that case, thank you for joining us today, and stay classy, Vandergrift.
That was my line.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Ta-ta.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye again.
Shut